What's up, guys, gals, non-binary pals, and none of the above? This is DL returning to more KSL Sinnoh melee content. It's going to be a match between AlecG and LucasB. So this game's going on right now, but we're just a little bit behind. So Alec's got the Heatran, Cresselia, Cloyster, Mismagius, Umbreon, Rhydon, Manectric, Primeape, and Leafeon versus Lucas's team of Swampert, Azelf, Roserade, Abomasnow, Feraligatr, Magneton, Hitmonlee, Linoon, and Altaria. So Lucas has the double water, double grass core for his for 4 of his top 5 mons versus Alec's Heatran. So that should be a really interesting matchup. Lucas's team's kind of slow, so something like Mismagius can actually put in a lot of work. There's, as we mentioned in Lucas's last game, not a lot of great ghost resists on his team, and Mismagius can very easily tech on Hidden Power Ground, or if it wants to hidden power fighting for the Magneton, and the fighting would help cover against Linoon as well. Also, it's important to note that Cloyster doesn't get access to Shell Smash this generation. Shell Smash doesn't exist as a move in Generation 4, so otherwise that would be a pretty massive threat to his team. Now on the other side, Alec doesn't have great grass resist, I believe, outside of the Heatran. So, and both Roserade can run Hidden Power Ground, and Abomasnow can run Earthquake to smash this Heatran. It's going to be interesting to see how Lucas potentially tries to lure that with these two. What's interesting is Heatran as a steal isn't really able to be trapped by Magneton very effectively, outside of a potential Scarf Hidden Power Ground Magneton, because a Heatran obviously has Fire Stab to destroy Magneton, and is a higher base speed. Some other interesting things in the matchup is Manectric actually does pretty well against this team because the Flamethrower hits 3 of the electric resists super effectively, including 4 times super effective on Abomasnow. So Flamethrower plus Hidden Power Grass for Swampert could be really, really strong. And Lucas doesn't have a very good way of breaking down Cress. But I could also potentially see Cloyster maybe trying to be the wall for Gator, just because it has really high physical defense. But Cloyster's not really able to do much back into Gator, so I'm actually probably expecting the Cloyster to get benched potentially. Except, no, but he kind of wants it for the Rapid Spin because Lucas has so much hazards and Roserade. So really, not sure what we're going to see here, to be honest. But I think if Alec can leverage his Heatran, I think it'll be really key in this matchup, is how much work this Pokemon does for him. Because in his last game, he was against a Rain team, and so this Tran wasn't really able to shine. So let's get into the game. Oh, I'm in the wrong channel. There we go. We'll be going to turn 1. Okay, so we got Roserade versus Primeape leads. So Scarf Primeape based on this. The U-turn as he misses the Stun Spore. I'm not signed in. Alright. The Stun Spore lands the second time as Cress gets off the substitute. It's leftover sub Cress. So that paralysis can be really nice as he goes into the Abomasnow on the Psychic. The Hail's going to do a good job of chipping it, and it is a leftover Zabama, so potentially a defensive set. We do see the Blizzard. Now, if this is a mixed Abomasnow with maybe something like a Wood Hammer, it could still do some good damage here. But yeah, really, that's really not great damage, especially considering that's a 140 base power stab move in this generation. But Cress's main form of healing is Moonlight, so the Hail is going to cut that in half, as you see right there. So this Abomasnow is still working its way at chipping this thing down effectively, just with the effect of the Hail that does last infinite turns in this generation. So you're going to see you can go to the Azelf. The U-turn doesn't even break the subs, so that's probably especially offensive Azelf there. So he sacks the Abomasnow. I guess it's sort of done its job in getting up the weather. But and he's going to U-turn again, so I guess he doesn't have a great way of dealing with this. Because, yeah, that was a sack, because he was probably going to kick Psychic again, based on him having clicked it against the Azelf. Yeah, he doesn't have any other offensive move. And so, yeah, this Cress is getting in so much work in spite of the paralysis, in spite of the weather. So he's finally going to switch out into Mismagius. interestingly enough, on the so the Linoon gets switched into there. I've lost my train of thought. Okay, so he switched out into the Linoon as he went into Mismagius. And Linoon doesn't have a great matchup, I guess, into it. So he just energy balled, potentially expecting the Swampert to come in there. She just sacks the Hitmonlee instead. And Roserade's going to miss a Leaf Storm. That's unfortunate. Probably would have been able to take out the Crest with the follow-up hit if he had not killed it out right there. Yes, he does get the kill on the Crest, so that's finally down. But Tran is in, but Tran gets stun spored. So that's going to be really nice. As we mentioned, the speed tier was something that Heatran was going to likely try to leverage in this game. And Roserade has mitigated that and gotten up a Toxic Spike as well. The Cloyster has not been revealed. And does AlecG even have a Grounded Poison? No, he does not. So this Toxic Spike could put in a lot of work here. But the Heatran and Mismagius are both immune to it. So it'll be interesting to see what Alec's remaining 2 Pokemon are. So he does show the Gator. And yeah, it can pretty effectively D-Dance on this, you'd think, except its Explosion Heatran, probably recognizing that threat, and the Hail Chip is actually going to work against Lucas in this case. So a really good tech from Alec. We mentioned how the Heatran is going to play. It's going to be critical in this matchup, and it looks like he's really proving that true. See, Azelf's going to be, it's Scarf Azelf based on that, since we showed it was Scarf Primeape earlier. That makes sense with how he was U-turning earlier then. He's going to be able to pick up the surprise kill on the Primeape. So Manectric does get revealed. So Manectric, I believe, should be able to live a hit from this. But with the Poison and the Hail Chip, potentially could die after the turn. But I think it should be able to get off a pretty strong hit here. Always a Thunderbolt. And then Alec in the back might have something like a Cloyster, which could Ice Shard this to try to pick up the kill in conjunction with the Hail Chip that's going on here. But this is potentially still a Belly Drum Linoon. The 50% berries, as we know them in Generation 7, or knew them in Generation 7, I don't believe work quite the same in this generation. But I don't think they heal as much or something along those lines, or they get activated at a different point. I don't quite recall, to be honest. But Linoon's still a threat, but not anymore, because he just sacked it. But this might be putting us in range of the Azelf. As we mentioned, I thought the Manectric could live that hit, but after the turn of Life Orb, the Poison, and the Hail, it could potentially be in range of Azelf's Psychic now, as that does appear to be the case. No, I think Mismagius has pretty good special defense, so yeah, it should be able to live this easily though. And the Azelf is going to go down. So congratulations to Alec. It was well played. The Heatran tech, I think, really solidified that he was in a commanding position. Really smart bring of the Abomasnow as a counter play to Crest, but I don't think that leaving it in was particularly effective. And he just lost too much, just throwing his Mons away to the Crest. Really wasted his Hitmonlee into it. It didn't seem like he really even considered actually hitting it hard, though the Hail Bring obviously worked very effectively at cutting down its healing with the chip damage and cutting Moonlight's recovery in half. But congratulations to Alec. Yeah, the explosion on the Heatran I think was really heat, because he recognized that Feraligatr was a pretty significant threat to his draft, especially the way that he chose to play his Cresselia. And Heatran is definitely something that a Feraligatr could look to set up on, because it has, Feraligatr has pretty decent bulk and resists Heatran's dual stabs, and Heatran doesn't really have a great coverage move for it. So taking advantage of Gen 4's double damage explosion and Heatran's pretty okay attack stat to nuke that, and with the help of the Hail Chip to take it out. Yeah. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I look forward to the next video.